Right. Yes. We are back once again. This is the HL podcast for our HL Tuesdays. We are still and will always be the dopest podcast in the DMV. Presented to you all by the Harris Firm and Willpower Innovations. I am Amrock alongside your boy Chief.
In the building.
This is our fourth official episode of the HL interviews. Now, again, just a little background for those of you viewing for the first time. We've had guests on here in the past who've joined our podcast on a particular show, but with this new segment, we will be sitting down and interviewing upcoming and or established Black entrepreneurs, activists, educators, entertainers, politicians, etc., to learn more about them, their businesses, and their plans to potentially help the Black community. All right. Our fifth issue of the HL magazine will be out in October. DM us if you're looking to be published, if you're looking to potentially be the entrepreneur, the artist of the month, or having your own article published once again. So the first through the fourth issues of the HL magazine are on our IG page at the HL Mag right now. Thank you all for following us on Facebook and TikTok and IG at the HL Podcast. For those of you listening via podcast apps, our previous episodes are still available on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, SoundCloud, and also check us out on our YouTube channel at the HL Podcast. And yes, we are now available on the Roku platform and coming soon to Apple TV, courtesy of our partnership with Politic and Broadcasting. You can view this episode and more on the Politicking app. Please make sure you download that right now.
Right.
People, all right. And a special shout out to the StreamYard platform as we are broadcasting live across all platforms that we have currently available. So, Chief, take it away.
Let's get it. Today we have Dave Jackson from Richmond, VA. He is located in Alexandria right now. Let's see if we can get him in.
Chime him in.
There you go. What's up? What's up, brother? How's everything going?
What's good, man?
What's up with you? You doing all right today?
Yeah, man. Working.
About to say that man chilling.
Our boy Evan, we always say he on the ones and twos. Every he is here right now. So go ahead and tell the folks a little bit about yourself. You know, you go professionally, all of that.
Yeah, so Dave Jackson, man, I started out my own business with Evan photography, try to get into some type of hobby, find my purpose, try to build some type of positive energy in the world. I know we all need that. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, when I got out of high school or college. I took a photography class like back in middle school, but it wasn't like I wasn't that in tune with it. But people told me I had an eye for photography, when I started taking pictures of them, they enjoyed their pictures. And all that positive feedback, I was like, I could really probably run with this and do something with it. So it just taking off from there.
Man, that's cool. What's up. Go ahead and give the people them acts right now. Tell them where they can find you.
Right. So you can follow me on IG at Evad Photography. You can follow me on my personal page, Inspire804. I'm also starting a website that's soon to be coming. HL will probably let y'all know about that. That's all I got for right now.
All right, so give them people, man, give them a personal mission statement that you have, because everybody have a purpose, and purpose and mission and vision is all wrapped into one. Give them like a mission that you have going forward, at least for the end of the year.
My mission for the end of the year, honestly, my main mission for my business is to spread the positivity. I know in the media we got a lot of what's going on with all the killings, the protests and stuff. I understand that's the main priority and the main fight that we have to constantly keep going through in this world. And it's sad to say that we have to go through that at 2020.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, somebody got to give some type of positive image in the world, especially for Black people as well. So that's what I enjoy doing. I love promoting Black businesses. I love, giving them the chance to be known by either film or photography, just give them a positive image, and especially for like portraiture and stuff like that. I want to give people that like feeling of like empowerment through photos.
That's what's up, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
So you saying empowerment, that's big. Empowerment also goes with life goals. Tell people some life goals that you have right now and what's the challenges actually getting to it.
So my life goals, really, I just want to travel, man. Like I feel like I'm 32 years old, but you know, I feel like I got a late start in life, you know, and I really feel like, you know, growing up, you know, I didn't really try to expose myself. So I feel like you really in the world, you really have to kind of put yourself out there in order to establish yourself. I really just like, man, my life goal is just to become a full-time photographer. I'm currently in the Army right now, but you know, once I, you know, get out, I want to just have this as my full-time. I don't want to work for nobody else, you know. So
I hear that.
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely hear that. So, you know, you said you're 32. You know, you feel like you started late. I always think
you age yourself.
Yeah,
right,
you age yourself. You know, in wine and in spirits, like they call it, they better with age anyway. I like to say Jesus, he didn't start till he was 30. So it's like we all on the right track. But what's the actual biggest challenge that you think getting to that life goal of you being a full-time entrepreneur, really? Because it's just not photography. You could go into anything at this point with your mind and your eye. So, like, what's the biggest challenge right now to even get to that?
Finding a team that got the same interests. You know, it's hard to do. It's hard to establish a business by yourself and continue to run that business by yourself, especially when you start getting so much more exposure.
Right.
It's a lot more harder. So building that team, having that connections with people, and I'm not just talking about like regular connections of just like, you know, hey, I pay this person and now, you know, they have to work for me. No, I want that genuine connection that you know, like I'm gonna get the shirt off my back off to help this person out type deal.
I feel that. So you mean like a team, like y'all are valuing each other's like being, each other's purpose all in one. Oh, okay. I like that. That's big time. So let me ask you this: within the graphic art and design world, you know, photography world, what has been your biggest inspiration?
I follow many people on YouTube. YouTube is actually where I like learn how to do like Photoshop, Adobe Pro, all these different programs. So, and not really knowing the program like that, it can be very frustrating. But seeing what other people can create, what kind of impact they had on other people's lives, and what, you know, purpose it brought out of them through that production, I just want to be the same. So yeah.
Oh yeah, and we definitely seen your progress. Listen, everybody, if you don't know, this man picked up Photoshop this year. He did a little bit before, but he picked up any Adobe this year, y'all, and now he's like a daggone pro. Tell folks how much time you put into it and like how you actually grew that love for it.
Yeah, you got to put in the time. If you don't, man, you're just gonna fall behind everybody. Like you gotta. I'm not saying that you're gonna, you know, stay ahead, but I mean, because there's always somebody better than you. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta humble yourself. But you can always have a niche that somebody else might not have.
Facts. And that niche is actually you. Your eye. The thing that you do is your niche. So I know we all watched the 10-part series with MJ. He said you find a challenge within the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Do you do that with your photography and your graphic design?
Yeah, like it's definitely a challenge. It's just being like it's a friendly business, but it's still competitive like MJ was. You know what I'm saying? Like MJ is very competitive, even though he was good as a person, but he had that competitive mind state. So you have to still be competitive. You have to show people like, okay, this person did this, but let me show you how I can be better than him.
Facts.
But still do it in a positive way though, where you're not, you know, coming off as in, you know what.
Facts. Yeah, appreciate that. Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let me ask you though, because I know you've been in school. Has school helped with the development with the graphic design, film, and editing? All right. So tell people a little bit about that.
So yeah, I enrolled. I've been out of college for about about 8 years now. I originally went to school for nursing, so I got a degree in nursing, and then you know, I was like, let me just try graphic design because I'm into video games. I always been into like computer stuff and experiencing Photoshop and stuff. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school for this. Like, I really feel like I got a passion for this. So I signed up for University of Maryland. Went there. I'm still going through classes currently, but I would say the classes that I have went through has definitely improved my workflow.
I like that. So you're utilizing the knowledge that you've been getting and just putting it on top of your purpose and your gifts, right?
Yes, just
Oh
doubling
man,
up
that's big
progress.
time. That's big. So what has any of the classes? Have you had any like classes that you like? Oh man, this one I love.
Them general ed classes. I just that's the one thing about college for me. I cannot stand general ed classes. Like just teach me what I need to know so I can get up out of here and make it fun. So that's all I'm trying to do. But, yeah. So
He said he's trying to get out them first slew of classes.
exactly.
I feel you. All right, let me ask you this, just digging in a little bit deeper. It's almost a three-part question, so I asked you the first part because we're in a time where economics in the economy is huge. Like, let's think about Jeff Bezos. Over this span, he's basically a trillionaire over this pandemic span. You get what I'm saying? So, what are your views on the economic standpoint, especially group economics that you just talked about with the team thing?
Yeah.
What's your views on Black economics and the pushback that Black people have experienced and continue to experience in this country?
It's a lot of pushback. I would say that, but, and I'm not trying to be devil's advocate, but you have to uplift everybody. Not everybody learns the same way. Not everybody came up the same way. So you have to kind of be that person, kind of like how Nipsey was. You know what I'm saying? When Nipsey came around his neighborhood and stuff, he tried to put people on game, trying to give them gems as much as he can.
Yeah.
You never know how long he's gonna be here. So you have to like give people gems. You don't have to be the smartest person to get $1 billion, but you might spark the brain for somebody to get $1 million.
Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac already.
Tupac. That's my man. That's what's up. So give the people your views on the educational pushback, because that's huge right now. Because it was a thing.
The educational pushback, I feel like it got to come from home. It got to come from your parents. Because in school they're not going to teach you that. They're going to teach you what they want you to be in life. They don't want you to be the billionaire or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to go out there and figure it out. But instead of going out there and figuring it out, be that parent that can teach your kids your mistakes and then teach them how to be better than how you were.
Right. I agree. And you guys know I listen to Dr. Miles Monroe a lot. He talked about curriculums, right? And the curriculums are what we have right to this day. And the curriculum was to teach their kids how to take over for them or work for them. And they double down on us. That's why we are in this position as we speak. So what can our parents or even our guardians, our loved ones, teach the kids, especially in this time?
That financial literacy. It took me a while to learn that, And I mean, I don't have kids now, but definitely when I have kids, I know what direction to point them in.
That's fact.
So why do you say financial literacy?
Because I mean, how many people wish they like we as Black people, we constantly like wish we had a lot of money, or wish we just as good as the other person with money. Like, instead of wishing, let's do our research. Let's gain that knowledge. Let's read them books like guys like Tyler Perry and stuff. They ain't just come millionaires because they of their artwork. They invested their money. Let's learn about investments. Let's learn about stock market and stuff like that. Let's get more involved.
So I hear that, because especially now we in that world where they say if we in the microwave world, we got to get it now, right? But it's a lot of folks that don't look like us who worry about later, and that's why the billions are running in for them, And I also was taught that if you can't take care of $100, you ain't getting that 1,000. If you can't take care of 1,000, you ain't getting past that. So what else do you think we should be embedding into our kids?
You know what? I feel like we're already doing better though. I feel like that if you notice in the world, people are taking notice to what's going wrong. Back then, nobody cared. You know, so they're taking notice now. They're giving more people a chance. It might not be as much as we want at the moment, but it's definitely changing. As people, as the people that were racist back then that came into power, like I don't wish death on nobody, but they're phasing out. So as they're phasing out, the newer generation coming up, I feel like we are raising our kids to be better than how we were, to be more connected, not just off of skin color, more connected as a humanity.
Do you think social media is blocking some of that educational stuff because of
I feel
what we
like,
see?
yeah, I do feel like social media is distracting sometimes, but I also feel like it is also bridging the gap between
There we go.
black people and other nationalities in the world.
Oh, elaborate, speak more on that.
Yeah, so like I would say like okay, so TikTok, prime example. TikTok, you have Hispanics, you have white people, you have you know Italian people, Indian people. They all making dance moves to our music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh my god, I love this song. It's a rap song. Back in the day, a white guy listening to rap music was frowned upon. Like, what is he doing? He don't know nothing about that. Now it's like it's normalized. So yeah, that's why I would say it changed.
I like that. I'm glad you actually brought up TikTok because I've been doing a lot of research and been talking to Amrock a lot about it. I feel like that's the reason why they try to quote unquote ban it because you can get on TikTok and put a video up of any knowledge. I mean, these folks are dancing and dropping knowledge, and you can get 19 to 20,000 views instantly.
Exactly.
It's no algorithms or nothing like Instagram. Now that it's banned, the algorithms aren't even the same. I've been noticing that. I'm like, I put up a quick video or something, and it ain't even moving like it used to. So since we on this subject, should we be creating other platforms for the truth, like we spoke about before, be pushed even further than it is now?
Oh yeah, I feel like us as black people, we should come out with our own platform. We the ones dropping all the content on their platforms. Let's build our own platform. Let's make our own money.
Yeah, I hear that. Let's advertise for our own stuff.
Yep.
Let's do all of that stuff on the platform. So I agree with that. Sticking on this statement because this is huge for me because I love social media and I love how information just can go far. Man, it's not just the views that you can see. You can go into the engagements thing and you can see that it reach more people than ever. Right? I mean that's big time. So what do you think? How did COVID-19 change your life, if it did or if it didn't?
It gave me time to focus. Like being at work all day from 9 to 5. You ain't really got time to really like come home and then like, oh, I gotta focus on setting up this website and stuff like that. You just don't have the time. But you honestly, that's an excuse. You gotta make the time if you really want it.
I hear that.
So, COVID just gave me the chance to really sit down, focus, put my pieces in place in order for me to be successful later on, moving forward, right after the pandemic,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the time aspect. Because time to me that we know is man-made. 5 + 5, 10, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock is very, very man-made.
Yeah.
You can fit a year in an hour if you truly, truly sit down. I mean, look at you. You literally sat down for at least a month, and now you change from just being day to evad everything.
Yeah.
You learn so much stuff over this span. Just sitting down and just putting in that work and that time. So, what does time actually mean to you?
It's about growth. You gotta grow. You can't stay stagnant.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, I got a quick question for you. So, let's say you're about to work on a project, whether it's a film, a video, whatever the case may be. Give me some people in the industry that is your dream team lineup?
Ooh.
You
I
know,
got like
directors, editors.
I got like a solid 2 for sure I can give you.
Okay.
Okay.
For photography wise, I'm gonna go with my man Manny Ortiz. Man, that dude is amazing like portrait photographers. And then I'm gonna go with man, I don't forgot his name. Shoot.
What has he done? Maybe
He does
I
film.
can
He
go.
does film. He's in Canada. Peter McKinnon, that's his name. So
Okay.
Okay.
he does film in Canada, but his stuff, his pictures, his film was so good that they actually put one of his pictures on the Canadian coin. So like
Dang.
he's making like big moves.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up. I like that answer. So is that what you striving to do? You trying to get your photos on coins?
Trying to be bigger than them.
I feel that.
Yep.
I feel that.
Right.
I feel that. So let me ask you this too, because I'm gonna go back to purpose. You know, I know some people, you know, get scared when they hear like purpose. What do you think your true purpose is past just doing, you know, photography and graphic design?
My purpose, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not one that's, trying to change the world, but I am trying to put a positive light into people's lives.
I like that. Elaborate a little bit more on that when you say positive light.
Trying to, if somebody's like really going through a rough time, just like something, like I know a lot of women, okay, we'll say for example, when some women get pregnant, they don't feel as beautiful or, something like that. So if my photography shoot can, show them, hey, you are beautiful. Like, what do you mean? Like, give them that change of thought. So that way, it's good for their mental health and it's good for the baby as well.
Man, I like that. I appreciate that answer. So before we move on, I want to ask you this too, because I know when you get behind that camera, I know you be feeling good, and then you be capturing moments, dog. People don't understand when you got that eye, you capture time, you capture moment in time. Tell them folks how you feel when you capturing them perfect moments.
I love that feeling. That's probably the main reason why I do it. Like, just man, capturing that moment. I think of like this: if I can capture the moments in my life where I was either down or I was up and I was happy, like those are the moments that I want to reflect on. Those are moments that I can tell my family about. Those are the moments that I can, tell my kid about. Because like back in the day, when you talk to your dad would tell you all these cool stories, but there's no proof of it, except his word. So having pictures, having videos of it, like it's empowering,
So what moments have you yet to capture that you feel like you still need to in your life?
I want travel moments. Like I went to Australia like 2 years ago. No pictures, anything. Like I wish I had it because it was a beautiful place. And then the people is nothing like how it is in the United States. Over there, everybody's a friend. Like there's no, there's no stigmatism of like, oh, this person's over here, so I automatically think he's gonna be this way. They give you a chance.
I like that.
Okay.
I appreciate that. So before we move on, what about those films? Are you thinking about dibbling and dabbling in the film industry later on?
Yeah, I want to get proficient more so in photography first, and then once I, feel like I perfected that type of craft, then I would definitely move into film.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So get on folks your acts again where they can find you at.
Follow me on Instagram at Evad Photography, and website coming soon. Yeah, that's all I got right now.
My man. Oh yeah, tell them folks how you love videotaping that HL podcast.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. You can look out for my name on HL podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Check out his work on the HL podcast. Definitely the magazine. Our guy Evad, he is in here. So lastly, who has been your most? I know you said it. We can elaborate on a little bit more. Your most influential person in life up until this moment, and why?
I would say my mom, like for real. My mom is like 54 years old. She got a PhD.
Woo.
Like she started school around my age, like 33 or something like that. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like she making moves, she's still going, you know what I'm saying, great job and stuff like that, but she's still in search of something more, something to be better. So like if I could have that type of drive that she have, there's no stopping me.
Man, that's what's up. I appreciate that. That's
What's up, man?
inspirational to saying that, because I could say too, my mom as well. She's been an entrepreneur. She had her own daycare, you know. So I was never taught to work for anybody else anyway. That's always been in my spirit. So for you to say that, I could agree. I'm pretty sure Amrock can agree as well, as his mom being one of his greatest influential person in his life.
Yeah.
So you know, we appreciate you for being open and honest with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Chief, as always, for conducting the first part of this interview. Definitely appreciate it, man. Now, for everyone who has listened to our podcast, we have our top 5 segment. So our interviews, we have our quick 5 segment. All right. So, Dave, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. We need 5 quick yet honest answers to each question. All right. So first up, tell us one thing that you know now that you wish you knew at the beginning of your journey.
I recently got my camera stolen through a PayPal scam, so I ain't doing that again.
Hey, that's good. That's good information. As bad as that sucks, that's good information. Shoot. You don't want people going through PayPal, you know what I mean?
Like Cash App.
Right.
Right.
Right. Facts.
So next, which public figure that has passed on that you would like to meet and hopefully talk about each other's experiences, maybe potential business opportunities, or simply just pick their brains for their knowledge?
That's a good one. You said that is passed?
Yeah,
that's passed on.
Man, honestly, I don't really, think about death like that, or really have any influences that are dead right now. So I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one.
Okay, well, what about that's alive?
That's alive. Definitely Peter McKinnon for sure. Because that's the main person that really got me into this business.
So. Okay, got you. Okay, so what is your favorite curse word and why?
Well, I got road rage when I'm on the road, so I'll call everybody a bitch.
This guy.
Blame
it on the road rage. That's funny.
Okay. So describe 2020 in your own words.
2020 is just a wake-up call. I'll say that. 2020 was a wake-up call for the world to realize the struggles that we deal with as Black people, the missed opportunities that we receive on a regular basis. But I also say it's positive in the fact of it lets Black people know we got to really stand together and rise up.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
I like that. And finally, what and or who do you pray for the most?
My friends, my family, everybody that's around me, my circle, pray for all of them.
Okay. Definitely appreciate that, man.
Definitely.
Well, again, man, thank you again. Dave, aka Evad.
Everett always on the ones and twos.
People, please visit his page on IG right now at Evad Photography. All right. Thank you again. Politic and Broadcasting. You can view this episode on the Politic app, which is available on the Roku platform and coming soon to Apple TV.
Yes, sir. And thank you again for StreamYard for having this platform rolling for us. It's been happening for the past 4 weeks now. Yeah. And man, it's been good. You know, so we think that. Please follow us on IG, TikTok. We coming soon to Apple TV, which is dope. You
Facts.
get what I'm saying? You can definitely listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, iHeart, pretty much all the major platforms.
And be sure to check us out every Thursday for our latest episodes of the HL podcast. Again, EVAT Photography will be on the ones and twos for that.
Yeah.
Right. So, Dave, man, do you have any closing remarks, any shout outs, or just anything that you want to say?
Yeah, man. I want to shout out. So I do the filming for the HL podcast, but I also do a filming for another podcast called the Late Night Vibes. Please follow them. The dudes is really doing big things. Just follow all the people that I freaking support, man. Follow them, man. Show them the support that y'all show me, and I appreciate it.
My guy, we appreciate you for coming on. Man, this was big time. Everybody definitely please follow at EVAT Photography right now. If you need some work, go to that man. His eye is spectacular.
Facts.
Yep.
Peace and love.
All right, y'all.